Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have a super special unboxing video, and it is actually a bunch of Jurassic World figures, but these figures are a line of figures that I actually recently promoted to you guys. These are the Toymonster International Captivz Jurassic World line. These are kind of minifigures that so far have only been released in Australia, and I do believe and I have heard that there are intentions of taking the line further next year in 2021, so it should start to reach other parts of the world hopefully in the next year. But again, currently they are available in Australia only, but I have actually a bunch of them here to take a look at and unbox with you guys. So I've already ripped the packaging open of this one, and we're going to dump the pieces out and see which species we've got. So first of all, we have this really cool booklet here included. We can take a look at it. We've got a good idea of what species are included with this Captivz line, and you can see there is just a ton of different species included in the line, and really cool images of each of the dinosaurs right here, so you can keep track of which figures you already have and which figures you need to collect yet. And then here on the back, we have a little bit of information about the actual figures and even a battle game guide here to show you how to battle and play this game that is included with the figures themselves. And it says right here, actually, that you use your battle token to discover your dinosaur's unique battle powers. So we do have the token here someplace. There it is. So if we take a look at the token, first of all, we know which species we are about to put together, which is actually quite humorous to me because this is one of the figures I think I was the most excited for as far as this Captivz line, because when I had initially seen the prototype images, I thought the Sinoceratops looked like potentially the best figure of the bunch. But then on the back, it shows you the aggression, intelligence, and its rival, which is apparently the T-Rex. So really, really cool little token that comes with your figure. But then as far as the figure goes, you can see we have the figure in a few different pieces here, and you just have to take the pieces and then snap them into place. And same goes for the tail here, which is pretty obvious where the pieces go. And then you've got yourself a Sinoceratops. And taking a quick closer look, I'm actually going to review these guys on the channel very soon, but just kind of get a quick overview of the figures that are included in the line currently. And wow, this Sinoceratops is absolutely gorgeous. Definitely the best minifigure for sure that I've ever seen from the Jurassic World lines. No matter which line it is, no matter which figures it is, as far as the detail and even the paintwork, this thing is just absolutely phenomenal in every possible way. Really, really beautiful looking figure. I can see why I was so excited about this one specifically, because as far as a Jurassic World Sinoceratops goes, that is just top of the line right there. Really nice looking figure. If we get this stuff out of the way, we can now bring in our next figure. And when you actually buy these in store in Kmart in Australia, you get a bit of slime with it, and it kind of comes in like an egg, which is really cool as well. I just have the figures themselves in kind of pouches here to take a look at. I don't have any of the slime or any of that stuff, but I'm only really interested in the dinosaur, so that's perfectly fine with me. We can see which species this one is the Pteranodon, as well as some of the stats for the figure, intelligence and aggression, as well as abilities on this one. It is a small flyer. And then we go ahead and we'll take our Pteranodon, put the Pteranodon together. Just put the head here into the body and get this guy put together. There we go. It snaps right in, actually quite easily. And taking a look at the figure, and again, absolutely beautiful looking as far as a Jurassic World minifigure goes. This is just phenomenal in every possible way. I am extremely impressed. And this Pteranodon was one of the figures I had actually seen a few images of, and I was probably, I think, one of the figures I was the least impressed with. But honestly, here in person, it is a totally different story. It is extremely nice looking as far as the minute detailing, and actually the paintwork as well is quite nice. Much better than most figures that you would get as far as paintwork for a minifigure goes. It's really, really nicely done. And then we've got some more dinos here. This one is the Baryonyx. This is actually another one that I was really excited to see. So taking a look at the stats of the Baryonyx, we've got some aggression, intelligence, and the rival for the Baryonyx is the Stegosaurus. And we'll get that out as we've already taken a look at that. But we'll get our Baryonyx put together here really quickly. This is nice and easy. Again, they snap in really easily. There's not really any type of a battle or anything that you would have to pull off to get them together. They actually snap together really nicely. And wow, once again, an incredible minifigure. As far as a minifigure goes, that is just off the charts. I think initially the Sinoceratops was one that I was the most looking forward to, I think, but actually looking at this Baryonyx may have just taken its place. Extremely, extremely nice looking. The detail on these is just really off the charts, I will say. Very nice paintwork as well. But man, that is just insane as far as a minifigure goes. Really beautiful overall. Our next one here is, we can definitely see that it is the Indoraptor. So as far as the Indoraptor goes, we bring up the little token. Really beautiful image of the Indoraptor. I actually really like the tokens just generally because they look super nice. And then we take a look here at the back. We've got aggression, intelligence, and the rival, conveniently, is Velociraptor Blue. That's exactly who you would expect its rival to be. And then we'll go ahead and get the Indoraptor put together. Again, I am absolutely in love with this Indoraptor already, and I don't even have it together. I just really like the paint on the figure, and the actual detailing looks phenomenal as well. But there we go. There is our Indoraptor, and that is definitely one of the best Indoraptor figures that I have seen come out of the Jurassic World film. Definitely one of the single best looking sculpts, and really nicely painted, actually. They actually put like a really nice dry brushing, it seems, over top of the figure that brings that detail out in really beautiful fashion. And even those teeth are painted and everything. That is just really, really nice looking Indoraptor. Definitely another figure that I think actually now just became my favorite. So far, it seems like as I progress into this line of figures, they are just continuously outdoing each other. And this Indoraptor is just beyond words beautiful. And I love that they have kind of a little Jurassic symbol right here, if you can get a shot of that and see it. You've got a really cool silver-looking Jurassic World T-Rex, kind of a skull silhouette there as well. And then we've got, let's see who's in here. Actually, I can already tell just by the body mass right there, but we'll pull the little token up, and there you can now see exactly who is inside. We've got a Brachiosaurus and another phenomenal-looking token with aggression, intelligence, and its rival is Pteranodon, which seems super weird, but I could imagine a Pteranodon probably just being a pest to a Brachiosaurus. And then we'll go ahead, bring the Brachiosaurus parts up here, and get our Brachiosaurus together and back to life. And there is our Brachiosaurus. And again, when you look at a minifigure, I don't ever expect detail like this in a minifigure. So the Captivz Jurassic World line is just really, really blowing me away here. Totally jaw-dropping detail for a minifigure. Just look at the skin texture there in the stomach region. That is just absolutely insane looking. Detail and sculpt for something so small. Beautiful looking Brachiosaurus as well, and I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that about each of these figures. I have a strong feeling they're all going to turn out beautiful. And then we'll dump our next figure out here, and we can see already by the little token right there who we've got. We have the Stiggy Molex. So we've got our Stiggy in a really nice image yet again, and then if we turn it around, we can now see the aggression, intelligence, and its rival is Delta. So Delta should probably stay away from my Stiggy Molex here. And then we'll get our Stiggy put together really quickly. And there is the Stiggy Molex. And yet again, an absolutely gorgeous looking Jurassic World figure. And I'm pretty confident that this Stiggy Molex figure right here is now my favorite Jurassic World Stiggy Molex figure as well. The sculpt is just phenomenal. Look at so much detail included in this figure. I cannot wait to get these figures and review them for you guys, get a nice closer look, because again, as far as minifigures go, these are way better than I ever expected them to be. Talk about exceeding my expectations by a mile. And then we have, and the piece just came flying out on me right there, we've got ourselves a Triceratops, and I'm really psyched to see this one, as the Sinoceratops was so good. I'm really excited to see more of the Ceratopsians, but we've got aggression, intelligence, and the rival, T-Rex, just like our Sinoceratops. And then here is our put-together Triceratops with a picture-perfect Jurassic Park or Jurassic World sculpt as far as the appearance goes. And one thing I can say that I really like about these figures, on top of the ridiculously nice sculpt and detail, is the fact that they actually include really nice paint applications. Like, you could see a lot of different variations of green on this figure, and also a nice dark wash. So they really go the extra mile as far as creating a really nice figure for you, on top of giving you like a slime packet and everything, and just some fun as far as like a game included and everything like that. They actually try to give you a really nice looking figure, and they completely succeed in doing that. The next one is... oh, that is one of the limited edition figures. So this is one of the more rare figures from the line. This is the Silver T-Rex, which you can see a really cool image of the dinosaur right there, and I almost dropped it. And then Aggression, Intelligence, and its rival is Sinoceratops and Triceratops, which makes sense because the T-Rex was the rival of those dinosaurs, and this one really has some strong stats for sure. And when it comes to a Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus sculpt, that is really, really beautiful. An absolutely incredible looking Tyrannosaurus, Jurassic Park style Tyrannosaurus sculpt, and it is so bright with this silver appearance that it is completely drowning itself out when it comes to the light here on the camera. But again, incredible looking as far as the sculpt and detail goes on this Rex, having that really nice kind of roaring positioning of the body, almost similar to the Rex when it's standing on the Carnotaurus in Fallen Kingdom. Has a very similar appearance to that. And then we've got another one here, which actually has plastic inside, and we can definitely see already that we've got another of these limited edition figures. This one is the Golden Velociraptor Blue, which is super, super awesome to have now two of the limited editions here. And then we've got of course, the stats, the Aggression, Intelligence, and the rival is the Indoraptor, which again was the Indoraptor's rival was blue, so makes perfect sense. One thing I want to state straight away, just by looking at this figure now, is that the images that I've seen of this line online definitely do not do it justice whatsoever, because these figures are just absolutely incredible in person, and this Velociraptor Blue is a prime example of that, because when I had actually seen the images of the Velociraptors from the online images, I thought they were kind of some of the weakest figures of the bunch, and they looked a little off to me, but in person, just like every figure so far, it has completely blown me away and is insanely nice, way, way better than I ever expected it to be. Again, another phenomenal figure here. And then the next figure that we have in here is, and I think we could probably tell by that quick flash of the body dropping out, if I can pick this token up, but you can see it is the Indominus Rex, and another super cool looking image right there. And then Aggression, Intelligence, and the rival is the T-Rex, which again makes perfect sense. And then our Indominus, and yet another incredibly nice sculpt. As far as this Indominus goes, I love the quills coming off of the neck there. Very big, beefy looking dinosaur. Again, not a real species, but absolutely awesome looking as far as this figure goes. And I want to state how awesome it is as well that there's nail paint on all of the figures, aside from, of course, the limited edition ones that are like gold and silver that we could see back there, because why would you put nail paint on those? But I really love, again, just how much paint application they've applied to these figures. They really, really go the extra mile as far as creating a phenomenal figure in both sculpt and paint. And then our next one here, and again, I've got a ton of these to look at. We've got the third of the limited edition figures, the kind of more rare figures. This is the bronze Indoraptor. And then taking a look at the stats here on the back, again, the rival is Velociraptor Blue, which, once again, makes total sense. So they do a really good job of kind of creating the rivals to each other, except for maybe the Brachiosaurus and the Pteranodon being rivals, but you wouldn't really have too much of a rival going on, I'm thinking, if you're a Brachiosaurus. So I guess the only rival would be a pest like a Pteranodon bothering it. And then we've got the bronze Indoraptor put together, and again, super, super nice looking. I really like these kind of limited editions because I normally don't like this kind of like bronze or silver or gold type of a look for a figure, but these actually look insanely cool with these kind of limited edition, more rare figures, and again, really, really nice looking, and it really brings out the sculpt here as far as this bronze Indoraptor goes. So awesome. And the next dinosaur included is the Stegosaurus, and we can see a really cool image of our Stego there. and then the Aggression Intelligence, and its rival is the Baryonyx. And then here is our Stegosaurus, and another really highly detailed sculpt, and I love the way they painted this with like a nice mixture of like greens and blues. It looks really cool, and they've done a great job with dry brushing it to kind of bring that detail out. The only thing I could say as far as this one goes is the head is definitely too large as far as a Stegosaurus goes, but it almost gives it like a kind of an infant or like a juvenile-like appearance, which is something that you really don't see very often as far as a Jurassic Park Stegosaurus goes. You don't ever see that juvenile-like appearance, and I kind of get that feeling from this figure. So again, a really cool figure, and definitely very highly detailed with a beautiful paint app. And then we have, and my poor Indominus just fell over, but this figure is Delta, so it's nice to have at least 2 members of the Raptor squad here included, and we have the Aggression Intelligence, and the rival is the Indoraptor as well. Hopefully at some point in the future there'll be more of these Captivz figures, and we'll get the other half of the Velociraptor squad, but we've got the Delta figure now put together, and again, as far as the sculpt goes, this thing is super, super nice looking, really beautiful, very highly detailed sculpt on this Delta. The paint scheme definitely isn't the paint scheme that we see on Delta in the film, but it's still a pretty cool looking paint scheme, and it almost has like a Jurassic Park original Velociraptor type of a paint scheme to it, minus kind of like the paint there on the face, that black paint, but still another absolutely beautiful looking figure. And that has been pretty much the story the whole way through this line. The next figure is Velociraptor Blue, which is many people's favorite of the series from Jurassic World. The Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom films, everyone loves Blue. You've got Aggression Intelligence, and the rival, of course, is the Indoraptor. And then here is our Velociraptor Blue, and yet again, look at the sculpt on that. That is beautiful. Another incredible looking Raptor sculpt, although we have briefly looked at the sculpt of this one just a little earlier with the gold version, but actually seeing it kind of in Velociraptor Blue's colors, it definitely looks really nice. And again, those painted nails, just absolutely love that, because we get many Jurassic World figures without painted nails, so it's super awesome to see these ones with paint on the nails. And then the next one is kind of falling apart because it ripped the bag too much. It is the Mosasaurus. Now, this is definitely one that myself and probably plenty of other people were really looking forward to seeing. And then we've got the Aggression, Intelligence, and Undefeated at Sea, which, being a Mosasaurus, I am not surprised. And here is our Mosasaurus, and look at the detail included. That is just insanity for a minifigure to have that kind of sculpt and detail to it. You can see the teeth are included there on the inside of the mouth, which is something that sometimes people tend to forget, and you can see that the teeth of the figure in general are painted, and again, a really cool looking paint scheme, not exactly film or screen accurate, but I really, really love the paint scheme on this Mosasaurus right here. And that is the first, I just took out the bronze Indoraptor now. That is the first marine reptile we've had here in this line. Actually, I think the only one, but the final figure of the bunch that we have here. And I think at this point we probably know who this guy is, because who's the only one we're missing? It is the T-Rex, not the silver T-Rex back there. And again, Aggression, Intelligence, and its rivals, who we already saw with the silver version. And then here is our Tyrannosaurus put together, if my camera would focus on it. Really nice looking sculpt work, of course, which we had seen earlier on the silver version, but it just looks phenomenal now in the actual Jurassic Park Rexy type of colors, but also, again, really nice paint work on the figure, as per usual, it seems, with this line. So as far as minifigures go, these are unquestionably, and some of them seem to be taking a nap currently, but these are unquestionably the best Jurassic World minifigures I have ever seen in my entire life, and I am extremely excited to start reviewing some of these guys for you very soon. So make sure you check back for these reviews. If you are in Australia, make sure you pick these up, and make sure that if you are interested in these elsewhere, make sure you just keep paying attention, as these should hopefully start to hit stores in other countries maybe next year. So check back for the reviews of these guys, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.